Good speed out of the six-car crash on the front straightaway.
Shane Van Gisbergen going for a ride. Caution is out.
Shane Van Gisbergen slaughtered by Atlanta chaos. The Quaker State 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway was supposed to be Shane Van Gisbergen's breakthrough moment. Instead, it became a masterclass in how quickly NASCAR dreams can turn to nightmares. What started as a career-defining performance for the Kiwi driver ended with his number 88 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet sliding sideways through the grass, another victim of Atlanta's unforgiving chaos. Saturday, June 28, 2025, at Echo Park Speedway delivered 260 laps of pure mayhem. Chase Elliott, Georgia's own NASCAR favorite, claimed victory with a dramatic final lap pass. But this story isn't about the winner. This is about how Van Gisbergen's best oval performance got absolutely demolished by circumstances beyond his control. The weekend began ominously for Trackhouse Racing. None of their 4 cars cracked the top 30 in qualifying, a collective disaster that buried Van Gisbergen deep in the field before the green flag even dropped. Starting from such a poor position typically spells doom at superspeedways, where track position matters more than raw speed. Van Gisbergen faced an uphill battle from the opening lap. The qualifying performance suggested another long night for the former Supercars champion, who was still searching for his first breakthrough oval result in the Cup Series. His previous best stood at 12th place from Martinsville's Xfinity 500 in 2024. Respectable, but hardly the stuff of headlines. What happened next defied all expectations. Van Gisbergen began carving through the field with surgical precision. Despite starting outside the top 30, he systematically picked off competitors lap after lap. The number 88 Chevrolet found pace that nobody anticipated, especially after such a dismal qualifying session. By Stage 1's conclusion, Van Gisbergen had earned valuable stage points. More importantly, he positioned himself to avoid the multi-car crash that ended the opening segment. Several contenders fell victim to that early carnage, but Van Gisbergen threaded through unscathed. The stage points were just the beginning. Something bigger was brewing. Stage 2 brought even more promise. Van Gisbergen continued his methodical climb through the running order, capitalizing on every opportunity. The car's handling improved with each adjustment from crew chief Steven and the Trackhouse crew. Van Gisbergen later reflected, "Steven and the guys did a great job making changes and got our number 88 Chevrolet better and better." Lap 69 changed everything, not just for Van Gisbergen, but for the entire complexion of the race. John Hunter Nemechek was running inside the top 10 when chaos erupted down the back stretch. Denny Hamlin made contact with Nemechek, sending him hard into the outside wall. Within seconds, the entire track transformed into a demolition derby. 23 cars became entangled in one of the biggest crashes in recent memory. The track resembled a junkyard as twisted metal and debris scattered across the racing surface. NASCAR immediately threw the red flag, halting competition. For an extensive cleanup operation, the accident eliminated some of the sport's biggest names instantly. Joey Logano, who started from pole position, saw his race end in the carnage. The reigning pole sitter never got a chance to capitalize on his front row starting spot. "I was in the middle of it, and I haven't seen a replay to even know what happened," Logano said afterward. "Cars were sideways, and you hit the brakes, and everyone is just running into each other." Most never returned to the track due to the severity of their impacts. Points leader William Byron's championship aspirations took a massive hit, while 2023 Cup Series champion Ryan Blaney joined the list of eliminated contenders. Denny Hamlin, the number 1 seed in NASCAR's inaugural in-season challenge, was towed to the garage with terminal damage. His tournament hopes vanished in an instant, along with those of 15 other challenge participants caught in the melee. The crash completely reshuffled the competitive landscape. Corey LaJoie, running a part-time schedule, expressed his frustration bluntly. "We see people pushing like dummies early, and then I just come in here and get pushed into it. I come out of the smoke, and every corner on my Mustang was knocked off of it. Unfortunately, that was the end of my day." LaJoie continued his criticism. "I don't know what we're doing. We just started the second stage. I don't know why we're pushing like we're damn bumper cars at Frankie's Fun Park. That's not to be surprised. I think there's a lot of guys who don't make wise decisions driving these things on speedways. Chase Briscoe, fresh off his Pocono victory the previous week, watched his momentum evaporate. "Yeah, I don't know how bad our damage was. They were fixing it, and we were about ready to go, and I guess NASCAR came over there and saw that our chassis was broke or bent or something, and were like, 'You can't go back out,'" Briscoe explained, "so kind of a waste of 30 minutes working on it." While carnage consumed the field around him, Van Gisbergen executed the drive of his life. He navigated through the 23-car disaster without a scratch, emerging as one of the few drivers to escape completely unscathed. The big one had eliminated over half the competitive field, opening unprecedented opportunities for those who survived. By Stage 2's conclusion, Van Gisbergen sat in 7th place, his best ever stage finish on an oval. The achievement represented months of preparation finally bearing fruit. Tyler Reddick won the stage in a photo finish with Chase Elliott, decided by just 0.001 seconds. The top 10 read: Reddick, Elliott, Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, Ty Dillon, Van Gisbergen, John Hunter Nemechek, Zane Smith, and Brad Keselowski. Van Gisbergen had positioned himself perfectly for Stage 3. Running 7th with the majority of established contenders eliminated, a career-best finish seemed inevitable. The number 88 Chevrolet showed genuine speed, not just survival instincts. Van Gisbergen was racing on merit, not luck. Chase Elliott jumped to the lead for Stage 3's restart, getting a crucial push from Hendrick Motorsports teammate Alex Bowman. The Georgia native had his sights set on a home state victory, but Van Gisbergen lurked within striking distance. The Kiwi driver maintained his top 10 position as the laps clicked away. For 85 laps, everything went according to plan. Van Gisbergen ran consistently in 8th place, close enough to capitalize on any late race drama. The car remained competitive, giving him legitimate hopes of challenging for a top 5 finish. His radio communication stayed positive as the team prepared for potential fuel strategy decisions. Brad Keselowski led when the next crucial moment arrived. Van Gisbergen was poised to make his move, running 8th with 85 laps remaining. The mathematics looked perfect, stay clean for another hour, and a career-defining result was virtually guaranteed. Then lap 175 arrived, and Van Gisbergen's dreams exploded in an instant. Approaching the tri-oval section, Van Gisbergen found himself in the wrong place at the worst possible time. Ty Gibbs in the number 54. Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Camry tagged Van Gisbergen's number 88 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet. The contact was relatively minor, but the consequences were catastrophic. The touch sent Van Gisbergen spinning directly into John Hunter Nemechek's number 42 Legacy Motor Club Camry. The secondary impact compounded the damage, sending the number 88 sliding sideways across the front stretch. Van Gisbergen's car slid helplessly into the grass infield, bringing out an immediate caution period. Dale Earnhardt Jr. provided the commentary, "Caught the wall a bit." A little bit of everything going on right there. The contact, the number 54, trying to go 3 wide. Just 3 cars trying to go into a spot where only 2 will fit. That could have been a lot bigger than it was. The incident epitomized superspeedway racing's cruel nature. 3 cars attempted to occupy space designed for 2. Physics and geometry conspired against Van Gisbergen, who became the innocent victim of aggressive racing around him. He had done nothing wrong, yet his race was effectively over.